Hey everyone, this is Sudhir Singh and welcome to my channel Mr. Rediment. This is the new class government scheme in the series of banking and financial awareness. So let's start the class of government scheme. So first scheme is Pradhan Mantri Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi Yojana, that is PM Swanidhi Yojana. This scheme is basically for street vendors who are vending till 24th March 2020 can avail the benefit of this scheme. This scheme was launched on 1st June 2020. Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs is the implement, implementing agency of this scheme. In this scheme, we have three types of loan. So first loan is of 10,000. If the subscriber repaid the whole installment, then he will entitled to get the 20,000 rupees loan. And after the repayment of all the installment, he will get the 50,000 loan. Till March 2022, there were only two loans, 10,000 and 20,000 rupees. But when the scheme extended till December 2024, new loan introduced. That is the third loan, 50,000 rupees. All these loans are given without collaterals. Without collaterals means you do not have to put any securities in the bank to get this loan. Here, if the installment are paid digitally, then 12,000 a year, that is 100 per month, will be paid as cashback to the subscriber. On timely or early repayment of the loan, there is a subsidy, 7% subsidy the subscriber will get through direct benefit transfer on 6 monthly basis. The implementation work of this scheme is given to SIDBI, and the state which disperses the maximum loan under this scheme is the Uttar Pradesh. Next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman, that is PM Kisan. This scheme was launched on 24th February 2019 from Uttar Pradesh, Gorakhpur. It is a central sector scheme, means the funding of this scheme, the 100% funding is coming from Government of India, and this scheme is implemented by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. So initially the scheme was launched for marginal farmers only, but later it extends for all farmers. Marginal farmers and small farmers initially. So marginal farmer means the farmer who has up to 1 hectares of land or up to 2.5 acres of land. And small farmers who has greater than 1 hectares and up to 2 hectares of land, or greater than 2.5 acres of land and up to 5 acres of land. Those comes under marginal and small farmers. So initially this scheme was for marginal and small farmers, but now it is for all farmers. Under this scheme, farmer will get 6,000 per year in three equal installment. That is, after every 4 months they will get 2,000 rupees to all farmers. Next scheme is Sukanya Samriddhi Account Yojana. So this scheme was launched by PM Narendra Modi on 22nd January 2015 from Panipat, Haryana as a part of Beti Bachao Beti Padhao campaign. This is scheme for girl child only, so maximum two girl child of a person can be enrolled in this scheme. The age of the girl child should be less than 10 years. Account can be opened in post office and other authorized bank of the government of India. Under this scheme, birth certificate of girl child should be mandatory. So here account can be opened with minimum of 250 rupees, and thereafter they can submit multiple of 100 rupees can be deposited in the account. Maximum of 1.5 lakh can be deposited in one financial year, and interest on this scheme is 7%. Here the withdrawal criteria is there. So the account allows 50% withdrawal at the age of 18 years for higher education and marriage purpose of the girl child. The account allows deposit till 15 years, and account reaches maturity after time period of 21 years from date of opening of the account, and if the girl child attains 18 years and for marriage purpose they need the amount, then it attains maturity. Next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. This scheme is launched basically for financial inclusion. So all the rural people can open the bank account with zero balance. So in this scheme, PM Narendra Modi launched this scheme on 28th August 2014. It was launched for 4 years only, but on 28th August 2018, it is extended for indefinite time. Slogan of this scheme is Mera Khata Bhagya Vidhata. As I said, the scheme is for rural people or the people who cannot open the bank account with minimum deposit, so they can open the PMJDY account with zero balance. Then here a cover is there, so accidental insurance cover of 2 lakh is there, and life insurance cover in case of death is rupees 30,000 is there. And one more facility is there, overdraft facility. For that, after satisfactory operation of account for more than 6 months, they can avail the overdraft facility of 10,000 per household. So preferably lady of the household can have the overdraft facility. Age limit of OD facility initially was 18 to 16 years, but now it is extended to 18 to 65 years. And for claim there we have certain criteria. For claim under the accidental insurance, the person should have a RuPay card, and he have to perform minimum one successful transaction 19 days prior to the date of accident. For the accidental insurance, previously the cover was for 1 lakh only, but after 28th August 2018, who have opened the account after that date, they have the accidental insurance cover of 2 lakh. Next Yojana is Atal Bhujal Yojana. On 25th December 2019, PM Narendra Modi launched Atal Bhujal Yojana from New Delhi. This Yojana is basically implemented for increasing the groundwater level, because groundwater level is continuously decreasing, and because of that only Ministry of Jal Shakti introduced Atal Bhujal Yojana to improve groundwater management and groundwater level. The total budget of this scheme is 6,000 crore, and it is implemented over 5 years period, that is from 2020-21 to 24-25. In 6,000 crore rupees, 50% amount will be paid by World Bank loan, that is $450 million, and 50% amount will come from central government. Under this scheme, there are seven priority states. Those are Gujarat, Haryana, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, and Uttar Pradesh. Next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Vaya Vandana Yojana. This scheme is launched on 2nd July 2017 by Finance Minister of India Arun Jaitley. This scheme is basically for senior citizen aged 60 years and above. Eligibility condition under this scheme are minimum entry age is 60 years, maximum entry age no limit is there, policy term is 10 years, and investment limit is 15 lakh. Interest rate under this scheme is 7.4%, and the subscriber will get 1 lakh 11,000 rupees premium on every year. Loan facility is also there under this scheme only after the completion of 3 policy years. So they will entitled to get loan of 75% of the purchase price, that is 75% of the 15 lakh. The implementing agency of this scheme is LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India. This scheme was initially launched for 3 years only, that is till 2020 March, but after that they have modified certain condition and they have implemented this scheme again. So we have PMVVY modified 2020. So here two criteria are there. If investment is 14 lakh 49,086 rupees, then interest will be 7.66%, and yearly pension is 1 lakh 11,000 rupees. If investment is 15 lakh rupees, then interest is 7.4%, and then there is two pensions. First is monthly pension 9250 rupees, 9,250 rupees, and they can get yearly pension also, that is 1 lakh 11,000 rupees, either from these two pensions. Benefit under this scheme, so pension payment, on the survival of pensioner during the policy term of 10 years, then they will get the pension every year, and after the completion of 10 years they will get their 15 lakh amount also. Death benefit, on the death of the pensioner during the policy term 10 years, the whole purchase price will be refunded to the nominee or the beneficiary. Next is the maturity benefit. So under this scheme, that is same, on the completion of 10 years they will get the pension each year, and after the maturity they will get the whole amount 15 lakhs. If the policy holder is not satisfied with the terms and condition, they can withdraw from the PMVVY within 15 days, and within 30 days if the policy is purchased online. The amount is refunded after deducting the charges for stamp duty. The scheme allow premature exit also. So during premature exit, they have to give certain reason like critical illness of self or spouse or treatment of that illness. So in this case, they will get only 90%, 98% of the 15 lakh or purchase price. Next is the Atal Pension Yojana. This yojana launched by PM Narendra Modi on 9th May 2015 from Kolkata. This yojana is launched basically for unorganized sector workers. Now, unorganized sector workers mean the workers those work on daily wages. This yojana is administered by PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. So the eligibility criteria are: the age of the subscriber should be 18 to 40 years and need to deposit premium up to 60 years. Under this scheme, they will get the minimum pension of 100,000 rupees or 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 rupees according to their selection after attaining age of 60 years. The pension is guaranteed to spouse on the death of the subscriber. In case of death of both the subscriber and his spouse, the entire corpus is given to nominee. Next is Poshan Abhiyan. The full form of Poshan is Prime Minister's overarching scheme for holistic nutrition, or Poshan Abhiyan, or we can call it as National Nutrition Mission also. This program is to improve nutritional outcomes for children, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. The PM Narendra Modi launched this scheme on 8th March 2018, that is on International Women's Day, from Jhunjhunu, Rajasthan. The target for National Nutrition Mission or Poshan Abhiyan is reduce stunting by 2%, undernutrition by 2%, anemia by 3%, and reduce low birth weight by 2% per annum. The National Family Health Survey for given the data like the stunting reduced from 38.4% in 2016 to 25% by 2022. The task for implementation of Poshan Abhiyan is given to Technical Support Unit TSU, which is a unit of Niti Aayog. Next yojana is Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, PMMSY. PM Narendra Modi launched PMMSY on 10 September 2020. This scheme was launched for fisheries sector improvement in this country. The investment under this yojana is 20,050 crore rupees during the 5 years term, from financial year 2020-21 to financial year 24-25, in all states and union territories as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat package. The motto of PMMSY is reform, perform and transform inside the fisheries sector. So all the 20,050 crore rupees are divided into two categories, that is 12,340 crore rupees is given to marine inland fisheries and aquaculture sector, and 7,710 crore investment is given to fisheries infrastructure improvement. Next Yojana is Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana or PMMY. PMMY is a scheme launched by PM Narendra Modi on April 8, 2015 for providing loans up to 10 lakh to non-corporate and non-farm small and micro enterprises. Under these loans, we have three categories. First is Shishu, the loans up to 50,000 rupees. Second is Kishore, the loans above 50,000 and up to 5 lakh rupees. Third is Tarun, the loans above 5 lakh rupees and up to 10 lakh rupees. And the special criteria about these loans are given without any securities. The subscriber do not have to give any security. One financial institution set up by government for financing this loan is Mudra. That is, the full form of Mudra is Micro Units Development and Refinance Agency Limited. This yojana is announced by Finance Minister while presenting the Union Budget for financial year 2015-16. Under this Mudra loan, all the PSU banks, RRBs, small finance bank, private sector bank, foreign bank, microfinance institution, and non-banking finance companies are included. Means they can give these loans. Monitoring of PMMY progress at the state level will be done by SLBC Forum, that is State Level Bankers Committee, and at national level it is done by Mudra. Borrowers can file the online application for Mudra loans on Udyami Mitra portal, that is www.udyamimitra.in. Mudra is wholly owned subsidiaries of SIDBI, that is 100% capital contributed by SIDBI. The authorized capital of Mudra is 1000 crore and paid up capital is 750 crore, that whole fully subscribed by the SIDBI. Next is Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Man Dhan Scheme, PM SIM scheme. PM SIM was launched on 5th March 2019 by PM Narendra Modi from Vastral, Gujarat. This is the pension scheme introduced for unorganized workers to ensure old age protection. Eligibility criteria under this scheme is entry age is 18 to 40 years and monthly income of the subscriber should be 15,000 rupees or below. Contribution under SIM scheme is 50-50, that is 50% by the subscriber and 50% from the central government. Then the features of this scheme are, here we will get minimum assured pension of 3,000 rupees after attaining the age of 60 years. Family pension means during the receipt of the pension, if the subscriber dies, the spouse of the beneficiary shall be entitled to receive 50% of the pension. That is called family pension. Fund management. So PMCM scheme is administered by the Ministry of Labour and Employment and implemented by LIC of India and Community Services Centre CSCs. LIC is the pension fund manager, means for the pension payout LIC will work for this scheme. Next is exit and withdrawal. In case of the subscriber exit the scheme within the period of less than 10 years, then the beneficiary's share will be refunded back to the subscriber according to the saving bank interest rate. If the subscriber exits after a period of 10 years but before the superannuation age, that is the 60 years, then the contribution of the subscriber will be returned back according to the saving bank interest or the pension fund interest, whichever is higher. If the beneficiary has given regular contribution and died due to any cause, then his or her spouse will be entitled to continue the scheme or exit by receiving the contribution according to the pension fund interest or saving bank interest, whichever is higher. Fourth, exit and withdrawal criteria is after the death of the subscriber as well as spouse, the entire corpus will be credited back to the fund. Next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Kishan Mandhan scheme. This scheme is launched by PM Narendra Modi on 12 September 2019 for old age protection of small and marginal farmers. Small or marginal farmers means up to 2 hectares of land, and they should have the land records as on 1st August 2019 and having 18 to 40 years of age are eligible under this scheme. Monthly contribution under this scheme is based on 55 to 200 depending on the age of the farmer. So suppose if the farmer is 18 years, then he has to pay the minimum monthly installment, that is 55 rupees, and if he has the maximum age, that is 38 or 39 years, then he has to pay 200 rupees, and in between the age, then he has to pay in between the rupees. Under this scheme, the farmer is entitled of 3,000 rupees per month pension after attaining the age of 60 years. And if the farmer dies, the spouse of the farmer will entitled to receive 50% of the pension. Next is exit and withdrawal. Exit and withdrawal conditions are same as the Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan scheme. Next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Laghu Vyapari Mandhan scheme. This scheme is launched on 22nd July 2019. National Pension Scheme for Traders and Self-Employed Person Yojana. This scheme we can call it as this also, and this scheme is for shopkeepers and retail traders and self-employed person. And the criteria for this scheme is for traders and self-employed people. They have annual turnover of rupees 1.5 crore, and after the attaining of 60 years, they will get 3,000 rupees per month as a pension. The age bracket under this scheme is 18 to 40 years. They can apply. Monthly contribution depends on the age and it is between 55 rupees to 200 rupees. This scheme will benefit more than 3 crore small shopkeepers and traders. Next is electoral bonds. Electoral bonds launch on 2nd February 2018. So under electoral bonds, we called it as a financial instrument for making donation to the political parties. So the bonds are issued in multiples of 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh and 1 crore without any maximum limit. State Bank of India is the authorized bank to issue and encash these bonds, and these bonds are valid for only 50 days only. Means political party can encash these bonds under the 15 days. As per the provision of this scheme, electoral bonds can be made by citizen of India or the person who are established in India. A person can take this bond as an individual also, either singly or jointly with other individuals also. These bonds are available for purchase for period of 10 days each in the month of January, April, July and October. So from 1st to 10th day of January, April, July and October, these bonds are available to purchase. And in case of the general election, the government of India can make additional 30 days to purchase of these bonds. Donor's name is not mentioned on these bonds. Donor can purchase and donate the bond to their party of choice, which party can cash it through verified account within 15 days. If they cannot able to encash these bonds in 15 days, then the entire corpus will be given to Prime Minister's Relief Fund. Now, which political parties are eligible to get these bonds? So, only those political parties which are registered under Section 29A of the Representation of Peoples Act 1951 and which secured not less than 1% of votes polled in the last general election to the House of the People and Legislative Assembly of the state shall be eligible to receive the electoral bonds. So this is the basic idea of electoral bonds. Next scheme is PMBJP, Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana. PMBJP is launched by PM Narendra Modi in 2014 for delivering the quality medicine at affordable prices. Because on the general medicals we will get the same medicines at the highest price, but on PMBJP medicals we will get the quality medicines at lower price. Under PMBJP, PMBJP Kendra, those we call PMBJPK, has been set up to provide generic medicines. Bureau of Pharma PSUs of India, that is BPPI, is the implementing agencies of PMBJP. Government has set up a target to set up 10,500 PMBJP Kendras by the end of March 2025. Next scheme is Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. This scheme is launched by PM Narendra Modi on 1st May 2016 from Balia, Uttar Pradesh. Implementing ministry of this scheme is Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. PMUY aims to safeguard the health of the women and children by providing them the LPG gas connection, that is gas connections plus two cylinder. Because on the rural side if you see they have to compromise with their health under smoky kitchens without the LPG connection, so for this cause they have started this scheme. So government target is to provide gas connection to 8 crore LPG connections to the household. That is PMUY 1.0 target. Now the PM Narendra Modi launched second phase of the PMUY or PMUY 2.0 on 10th August 2021. Under PMUY 2.0, the government aims to cover 1 crore more beneficiary in the second phase of the scheme. Next scheme is PMSBY, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. This scheme is launched by PM Narendra Modi on 9th May 2015 from Kolkata. It is a 1 year accidental insurance scheme and it is renewable from year to year for and this scheme is for the death and disability due to accident only. Under this scheme, the the subscriber can subscribe this scheme if he or she has the age between 18 to 70 years. The premium under this scheme is 20 rupees per annum and risk coverage is accidental death or full disability rupees 2 lakh and partial disability due to accident then they will entitled to get rupees of 1 lakh. Next scheme is PMJJBY, Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. PMJJBY is launched by PM Narendra Modi on 9th May 2015 from Kolkata. It is also 1 year life insurance scheme which is renewable from year to year, offering coverage for death due to any reason. PMSBY is death due to accident only, but PMJJBY is death due to any reason. The eligibility criteria is subscribers should have 18 to 50 years of age. Premium under this scheme is 330 rupees per annum and risk coverage is rupees 2 lakh for death due to any reason. Next is Kisan Credit Card KCC. It is introduced in August 1998 by all Indian banks. Its objective is to meet the credit requirement or loan requirement of the farmers and agriculture sector. This model or this scheme was prepared by NABARD on the recommendation of R.V. Gupta committee to provide the loans for agriculture needs of the farmers. All the commercial banks, regional rural banks, state cooperative banks and small finance bank can give this Kisan credit card and loans. Next is BSBDA or Basic Saving Bank Deposit Account. In 2005, no frills account was introduced, which is a zero balance account. But in 2012, this account is renamed, which is called BSBDA or Basic Saving Bank Deposit Account. This account is opened under PMJDY, Pradhan Mantri PMJDY. Total credits in such account should not exceed 1 lakh in in a year. Maximum balance in the account should not exceed 50,000 rupees at any time, and the total debits or cash withdrawal and transfer will not exceed 10,000 rupees, and for exit or withdrawal transfer in a month is allowed. There are two types of account in BSBDA. First is small account where KYC not done and address proof not submitted. Second is normal BSBD account where KYC done and address proof also submitted. A remittance from abroad cannot be credited to a small account without completing normal KYC formalities. Next and the last scheme is Stand Up India scheme. So PM Narendra Modi launched the Stand Up India scheme on 5th April 2016 to support the entrepreneurship among women and SC and ST communities. So title of this scheme is Stand Up India Scheme for Financing SC, ST and or women entrepreneurs. Under this scheme, they can get loan of between 10 lakh and 1 crore rupees to at least one SC, ST borrower and at least one woman borrower per bank branch for setting up the Greenfield enterprise. Greenfield enterprise means any new enterprise, and that greenfield enterprise should be in manufacturing, services, agri allied activities, or in the trading center. In case of the non-individual enterprise or group enterprise, maximum shareholding should be with women or SC/ST entrepreneur. That is at least 51% shareholding or controlling stake with women entrepreneur or SC/ST entrepreneur. And eligibility criteria is same. The entrepreneur should be SC or ST and woman entrepreneur above 80 years of age, 18 years of age. Loans under this scheme should be for greenfield project only under manufacturing services, agri-allied activities, or in trading center. In case of non-individual enterprise, 50 at least 51% stake should be with SC, ST, or woman entrepreneur. The borrower should not have default to any bank or financial institution. Nature of the loan is between 10 lakh rupees to 1 crore rupees. Repayment is the loan should be repayable in 7 years with a maximum moratorium period of 18 months. Moratorium period means the relaxation period, means 1.5 years they get the relaxation period from loan. So this is the Stand Up India scheme. So that is the last scheme of today. So this is the total government scheme chapter. This PDF I'll upload on my website mradamnt.in. If you have any doubt or any question about the government schemes, you can ask me on Instagram or YouTube comment section. Thank you for watching my video.